We are officially about a week until the new season starts, and the excitement is already heating up. Clubs are still doing their business anyway, though the transfer window remains open, and there are still some nice and interesting transfer developments to talk about. First up, Victor, there's a rating for you to take care of. Rate Evan Gessan to Aston Villa for £26 million plus £4.3 million in add-ons on a 5-year contract.
I 4 out of 10. Look, 12 goals and 8 assists in Ligue 1 last season sounds decent. So he seems all right, but he's not particularly good at anything specifically. If we look at him as a replacement for Ollie Watkins, this is quite a poor signing, I think. Watkins can do much more than just be the attacking focal point. At the same time, Gessan is very one-dimensional. If you look at his numbers, his link-up play is poor. He's not a good passer. He he actually only attempted 21 passes per 90 minutes last season on average. This puts him in the bottom 2% for strikers. It's dreadful. I'm giving this one 4 out of 10 and not lower because it's at least not overpriced. But I think Villa could do better than this, especially when you factor in that he might be gone for AFCON in the winter.
Yeah, fair enough. And still with you, Victor. Just before I was asked this question, I would like to say I like how fate, has taught Max a lesson. A few weeks ago, Max was, trolling Liverpool, saying, "Oh, Liverpool signed Sesko," and he was laughing about it. But now the story is just writing itself. The Sesko saga is seemingly over, and according to credible reports, the player is now on the verge of completing a move to Manchester United after choosing United over Newcastle. But the question, Victor, is this: how much of an upgrade is he compared to Rasmus Højlund?
Yeah, it is quite nice and ironic, and it is a nice bit of justice served, I think. Uh, as far as an upgrade to Højlund, I mean, at least he's got a novelty factor. You guys know by now, I don't really rate Sesko very highly. He's an okay striker. He's decent. He's better than Gessan, okay? But as far as an upgrade to Højlund, I think it's more because of the novelty factor. Højlund has been found out by everyone from the word go, pretty much, when he came to United. When it comes to Sesko, I think he's a little bit more of an unknown quantity for Prem clubs, and he might prove to be a bit of a handful. But even if he has a, a good start to the season, he might still fall off a cliff just like how Højlund did. I'm not necessarily wishing harm on anyone, don't get me wrong, not by a long shot. I just don't think he will turn out too much better than Højlund. A bit, yes. Will he be an absolute game changer? I would say no.
Mm, fair enough. And over to you, Max. And with Newcastle now missing out on yet another potential Isak replacement, which forward do you think they should go for, especially with time running out before the new season?
Well, I saw rumors on about Jackson and Wissa, and if they try to sign Jackson, it would be pretty much set for them. You're losing Isak and you're signing Jackson as a replacement. It's a no-brainer. So I'd say Wissa is the perfect addition for them, even though he's not so young, but he's also not so costly, I'd say. He's like 35, 45, some kind of that, while Jackson is tagged with 100 mil, as we all remember. Yeah, of course they'll have this money after selling Isak, but if you really sign Jackson for anywhere close to 100 mil, you have some problems with your head. So yeah, I'd say Wissa is okay signing. Maybe they can try to think about Mateta, because as we know, United already signed Šeško, almost. So probably they're not going for Mateta. So between Mateta and Wissa, they should mind somebody of them.
Fair enough. If Jackson joins Newcastle for £100 million, that will be the first zero rating we'll have on this transfer episode. I'm going to rate it absolute
Maybe even
zero, man.
negative
Negative,
rating.
negative zero if possible. That will be the first time it will happen on this show. But yeah, anyways, moving on. And Victor, this one's for you. Now that Liverpool have finally sold Darwin Nunez for about £46 million, can we expect another improved bid for Isak in this window?
Yeah, I would say probably. I mean, you can't. Okay, they did bring in attackers. That's true. I'm not saying they didn't, but it would be bringing in Ekitike to replace pretty much three players. You're looking at Diaz, Nunez, and Diogo Jota. It's just not enough. Okay, you've got the versatility of Gakpo, you've got Wirtz, who in a pinch can play on the left, but yeah, it must mean they're going for Isak again. I don't like from the word go. I didn't really believe that report that they had that 110 million pound bid rejected and they pulled out completely. That sounded like a bit of a red herring to me, but it doesn't look like there's any kiss and make nice situation between Isak and Newcastle anymore. So it must mean they're going in for him again.
Yeah, fair enough. And back to you, Max. Everton have made inquiries to sign Jack Grealish on loan from Manchester City. Is a player like Grealish what the Toffees need at this point?
I mean, it all depends on Grealish motivation actually, because obviously he can do good things, but if he's going to play the same he did at Man City a couple of seasons, I feel like he's not gonna be even starter at Everton. So it all depends on his motivation. If he wants to show that he's still capable of good things, yeah, maybe he can bring something like 7 goals, 8 assists, and help Everton to stay at Prem.
Seven
But
goals.
I don't really expect that, to be honest. So I'd say nah.
Yeah, just to clarify that if Grealish does score 7 goals and 8 assists, that would be his best Premier League campaign. Even for City, he's yet to do that. So that's even a tough ask of Grealish.
Yeah, obviously
Yeah,
he's
that's
better to
true,
do at
but
City than at Everton.
that's the thing. First of all, it's about facing low blocks with City, and second of all, if he does join Everton on loan or permanently or whatever, he's a nailed-on starter unless he's injured, suspended, or hungover. So it's just one of those things where he will be playing every minute he's available.
Fair point. I mean, well, even when he was at Aston Villa, he still didn't do better than these numbers. But yeah, I
Yeah,
get your point.
I don't know. I think Moyes is either going to be loving having him or just beating any indiscipline out of him.
Yeah, fair enough. And just on the final note, Victor, Manchester United are still on the lookout for a midfielder, and now they've made inquiries about signing Carlos Baleba from Brighton. But reports are saying Brighton are looking to sign the player, on a new contract, and they would ask for £100 million if any sale is going to happen. In your opinion, what are the chances of United signing Baleba?
Not for 100. I mean, first of all, at this point, any Big Six team should just hack into the Brighton scouting computers and just follow them wherever the hell they're going, because what they're doing at Brighton is just outstanding. Bringing in totally unknown quantities for under £10 million and selling them for these crazy fees. Is he worth 100? Hell no. Is he worth 60? In today's day and age, an argument could be made that he is. Um, are United poorly run enough to pay 60 for him? Absolutely. I don't think it happens for 100. I don't think United has 100 to pay for him, especially if they bring in Sesko. They brought in Cunha, they brought in Mbumo. These were not cheap transfers. Baleba for 100. It's not happening unless they're willing to get fined for PSR problems.
Yeah, fair enough. But just like you said, Victor, if there's one club that can be silly enough to pay a ridiculous amount for Baleba, it has to be United. So never write United off. Never write United off just yet. Max, you
No,
feel
it's
like
okay. I mean,
you wanted to say something.
Don't forget that you signed
they've
him
been
when he was
saving
60.
No, Madueke was 52,
52, 52.
52, and it's still forgivable. It's forgivable compared to you signing Baleba for anything above 70, to be fair.
But we're
But
No,
yeah, that
I think United are saving a lot of money now after the preseason friendlies. They stopped giving away the pennants and
oh
exchanging
true,
T-shirts.
true.
They've been saving a lot of money. They can afford to give out 80 or 85 for Baleba.
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And anyways, that's all we have on this transfer episode. The Premier League is literally already here. Probably after 2 or 3 more episodes of this video, we'll be talking about the Premier League proper. And it's nice to see that we are set for another season of exciting action where United will move from 15th to 17th. And of course, we'll be here to discuss all the very best bits as they come.